It's Monday. Oh, I'm here. I hope you guys didn't miss me too much. I know I kind of took off for a little bit. Even though it wasn't for that long, it was just the way the schedule crumbled. Oh, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Yeah, at least I'm kind of okay. I'm hanging in there. It's that Monday feel. It's the feel of the Monday. Oh. But yeah, hope you guys didn't miss me too much while I was away for like at least a couple of days. It was just like between me needing my usual day off and me needing to help the sorcerer mama out. I was just like, yeah, I'm just going to make sure I have 3 streams like crammed together, and then we just hang out with Avarice and Yumiko on Friday. Which also we are doing this Friday as well. We're gonna have our, I believe it's going to be the finale for Baldur's Gate 3, so that's going to be fun. It's not written on my schedule, mostly because I don't stream it, but Avarice and Yumiko are always like streaming it, and I'm just like, I'm just there for the ride. And by there for the ride, I mean I do hang out and talk with them, of course. So we hang out, we vibe, we just do things, and now we're wrapping up Baldur's Gate 3 on Friday, I believe. We were debating on letting it sit for a bit, but between Avarice having her own IRL stuff and some things that are gonna come up quite in about a week, we want to make sure that, everyone's, we either wrap it up or we let it sit still for a few weeks, and we decided to do Friday. So my schedule is kind of packed, in case you haven't noticed. I have a bit of a packed schedule this week. Oh no, it is. It's a bit of a packed schedule. A lot of it is just kind of sit down and vibe games. Uh, well, not even like all of it sit down and vibe. The sit down and vibe is also like for tea time. Oh, we got our Sorcerer's Tea Time coming back up, which I kind of have some stuff I want to talk about, but nothing bad. I just want to like run stuff by my community, but we're also playing Planet Zoo this week because that was on my mind because I've been hyper fixating on that a little bit. And then there is also the second most voted community vote, which is Needy Streamer Overload. So that's Needy Streamer Overload is definitely going to be a bit of a funny one. I'm gonna see how long I can survive it. I know that given the gameplay loop of it all, I've known some VTubers getting genuinely annoyed after a little while at the game. So we're gonna see how long I survive it. Oh yeah, I watched the. You should be fine. Maybe I will be fine. I'm going to be subjecting myself to something very embarrassing, but we won't worry about that. Um. Yes. So talking about my community post that I put up, which is just under posts, which why they just took out community is beyond me. Don't ask me why. um. So what I wrote in my community post about artists and stuff. Yeah, that's true. I've actually reached out to start like contacting some artists. Oh hey, little guy's out there touching grass in the yard. Yes, he's been enjoying the yard for a little while. The little guy's been going out and touching some grass. It's good for him. He needs some fresh air. But yeah, I'm actually very serious when I say I am contacting artists to try to kind of polish up the streams just a little bit. And I've already spoken to one person about a little thing. I've talked to one person already who gave me a confirmation. I have talked to Avis Mama about some other little fun things which are in the pipeline, but those are going to be waiting until like about June to July when those are available. Kind of July, Kind of like when I DAB'd my my model. No, there's no model, by the way. I promise. There's no outfit. I will promise you there is no new outfit in the works, but we're gonna the things are gonna be fine. It's all good. It's just like a little bit of sprucing up, and I just realized I forgot to get the stream alerts up. My bad. I forgot to do that over the course of the week and that I was gone. I'll have to make sure I do that before tomorrow, or I do that before Sorcerer's Tea Time, or I do that on Thursday and Friday. I don't know. I haven't chosen what to do yet. But yeah, bit of a chill vibe week for the most part. We've got like 2 story-ish games this week. One of them is going to be testing my patience. The other one is pretty standard fare. And then there's Planet Zoo, which is mostly we're just chilling out. Planet Zoo is mostly just to chill out. And then we have Sorcerer's Tea Time, which I might make that a bit of a monthly thing. Hello. Hello. Yeah. So that's the docket. I might be switching up tea time to be like once a month thing. Just so there's more to talk about. Because I kind of realized that I do struggle for every 2 weeks. For like the bi-weekly. So we might bump that to at least a month, every month. Every month, at least 1 tea time, and then the rest of it's all filled with games, unless I do not have an idea about a game and I'm on a crunch. And yeah. So, those are my game plans. How is everybody else doing? I hope you had a peaceful weekend. Mine was kind of gray, gloomy, and slightly rainy, and now it is like I've gotten weather tonal whiplash, where it's now warm, toasty, and I have my window open and I'm enjoying the nice breeze that it does not exist. It's just nice to open the window. It's just nice to open the window, you know? Let some air in. Because dear God, do I get claustrophobic in here during the winter? Lucky it's cold and damp over here. Oh no, not the sickness. Oh, I'm sorry. Also, yeah, sorry there, Bubba. I had the cold and damp for a little bit, and now I'm like it starts off like semi cold and damp, and oh, the sickness is the spring colds are starting to go around, it seems. I have not caught one yet, so hopefully I do not, because while I'm in the middle of Ace Attorney, I do not want to be getting sick. I do not want to get sick while I'm trying to do Ace Attorney when I'm trying to voice act. You know, as voice acting as I can get in my non-professional standard. Well, we are now officially in May. This is the first stream of May. I am happy to leave April behind and moving forward. Got a big game. Yeah. Hopefully it clears. I give blessing to make sure it clears up. Oh, that's funny. I'm sure it's fine. But yeah. I think that's all I really want to cover today. The stream might be a little short today. I don't know if it'll be fit into the 2 hours. Wait, what kind of sorcerer am I? Don't ask. I have spells aplenty, and sometimes I dig into some other spell works. Don't worry about it. I also work with a lot of herbs, so yeah. I do a lot of herbal alchemy, so that makes sense. Anyway, but yes. Plan for stream today is I don't know how long it's going to take me to get through this case, because I know we're going through the trial phase, and that's where I'm wanting to go and stop. So Potion of immortality. Unfortunately, not. No, 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 no potions of immortality. No potions of immortality for you guys. Anyway, yeah. So the game. Yes. So trying to get my thoughts and process here. Hang on just a second. Stream might be short today, depends on how fast we get through the trial phase. There we go. Because I know the next part of the investigation is going to take a dear sweet time. Oh. Anyway. Anyway. No comment. No comment. But yes. Let's move on before I start going down a rabbit hole. And hopefully one day we move into a place that's a little less looking like I'm in a closet. Because I'll be honest, I look like I'm still in a closet. Hopefully one day. Not today, but maybe one day. Then we'll have to probably like yeet Yippee cheering out the window of the highermost tower. But we'll see. Anyway, he's fine where he is. Aiming into the void. Whee! Okay. Give me 2 minutes. give me 2 minutes. We're gonna get this because the Phoenix Wright trilogy is a little funny when it comes to this darn thing. Voices again. Welcome back to the void, everybody. Give me like 5 minutes. Oh no, I closed Steam. Why did I do that? Why did I close Steam? I don't know. Library. I gotta go through my long, heavy list. There it is. It's fine. Give it 2 minutes. Boop. Yeah, because of the way the Phoenix Wright trilogy works on my computer for whatever reason, it just like, hang on. I still have Honkai Star Rail from our poll stream. There we go. It should be there in the corner. Hit the enter, and it should automatically do that. There we go. It's so weird. I don't know why it does this. I think it's just the slight limitations when they ported it over onto PC. Oh, I just realized I need to turn on the volume. There we go. Turn that down just a hair. There we go. But yeah. Might need a... I think I've been slouching a bit. One sec. Hang on. I want to make sure this is locked. There we go. There we go. Now I'm a little bit more up here invisible. I'm a little bit more able to see. Oh, yeah. There we go. Okay. All gold. All good. So we'll hit the continue button. For those who need context, we've started the case. There is a detective that was murdered, which hopefully was not by one of you guys, because that would be very bad on my track record. And what was her? Wow, I forgot her name. Oh no. Essentially, we have a chief prosecutor who is claimed that she is guilty, and she has like a sister that we're supposed to be helping, and my brain is like fogging on the sisters. One of them is Lana, I believe. Emma and Lana Sky. That's it. Now I remember. Now I remembered. Load the selected save data. Yes. We are ready to begin. So, please feel free to sit back, relax, and listen to your sorceress try to voice act. It's okay. It's okay. Welcome in. Make yourself comfortable. You're fine. It's fine. You didn't miss much. We literally just started the game, so you don't have to worry one bit. Also, I am clear to go. I have a full bottle of water, so I will be drinking water in between things. Because water is good for you. Make sure you are hydrating. Water is good. Make sure you're hydrating, everybody. Here we go. Yeah. No worries. February 23rd, 9:34 a.m. District Court Defendant Lobby number 2, as we are wont to be in. Now, let's see if I can remember her voice. I think I went for Jade with the cough-up queen. I think I was like a pretty monotone with Lana. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Jigsaw puzzles are fun. I like jigsaw puzzles. I absolutely adore jigsaw puzzles, by the way. Those make me smile. It's just like I can't do them on stream because there's like a lot of pieces and I get and my brain gets tired after a little while. Let's see if I can remember how I voiced her the last time before we left. How did the investigation go yesterday, Mr. Wright? There we go. It was kind of like a very calm, very mellow. Frankly, there's still a lot of gray areas. Yeah, because we're kind of in a conundrum. Because the cough-up queen says she saw Lana use the actual knife, Edgeworth's knife that was in his toolbox, because the corpse was in his car. Why is it always poor Edgeworth, man? Or rather, the whole thing is one big gray area. Emma! We like Emma in this household. We like Emma in this Sorceress Tower. Always the edgy boy. Yeah, it's... Oh, wait. Hang on. 1 second, guys. Here, I forget how small chat gets when I have to... There we go. There we go. Chat is always so tiny. After I moved it... Okay, about there. That should do her. Chat is always, like, gets so tiny after I have to use it for, switching, and I don't see it until later. You are so tiny. There you go. Now you are no longer tiny. I mean, you guys are kind of like canonically the size of a small cat. Not a kitten, just like a cat. So you're like medium-sized. Oh. Oh, that's cute. Oh, that's a fun puzzle. Interesting. Or rather, the whole thing is one big gray area. Don't worry about me, no matter what the outcome. I'm ready to accept my fate. I believe in you, sis. Mr. Wright, let me offer you a word of advice. Yes. One sorceress, several voices. A defense attorney should never believe their client. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Hey, wait, that goes against everything that Mia taught us. The defendant is called to the trial because they were suspected of wrongdoing. Never forget that. Miss Sky, you... Yeah, we're essentially... She's telling us to just say, fudge what Mia told you! Fudge what Mia told you. Yeah, you don't believe your client. They're suspected of wrongdoing. You don't have to believe them. You remind me a lot of Mia. But there is one decisive difference between you and her. And that is... Mia's maybe gone, but she's still with us. Yeah, she's still with us. You're not a defense attorney. I believe it's almost time for the trial. Good luck, Mr. Wright. Well, we're gonna need all the luck we can get. Oh, my first trial without the Fae helping me, not the Fae. Yes, totally, the Fae, yes. Totally, we summon the Fae creatures from the Fae wild and they come to help us. I swear, if I figure out this entire... If I figure out this entire part of the trial, in like an hour, I'm gonna laugh at myself. No one's gonna bail me out this time. I'll be alone in there. Hang on one second. I'm gonna grab the greeny bird. There we go. Okay, I'm comfy. So I have to discover the truth all by myself. 1 second. I'm gonna put him over here. I had my origami birderini that was kind of just chilling on my desk, and I just like, he was sitting on the one side where my mic is, and because I set him over there temporarily while I was eating, and then I didn't put him back. He's back where he belongs now. Let's do it, Mr. Wright. I'll be with you the whole way. Her glasses, though, are so cool. I'm pretty sure it would be very difficult to see with those pink tinted lenses, but those glasses are really cool. February 23rd, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 9. No, we're being handhold to victory. Nope. Oh god, it's been a bit since I've done judgy. Sacrifices in the name of fashion. Yep. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Skye. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor. I like the fact that we go against Edgeworth again. Edgeworth. Boom. It's been 2 months, but I haven't been in a courtroom since this trial. Yes, because you chose to not work. You were literally given cases to work on and you rejected them. I can understand maybe a month. I can understand a grieving process, but like 2 months, man. How are you paying for your office? Sorry, I'm gonna nitpick at Phoenix for that. I hope that personal feelings will not be a part of the proceedings today, Mr. Wright. Oh, trust me. There's gonna be personal feelings. But that'll do after the trial. I will choose the path I think is right, regardless of what those around me might say. The judgment has been made here is in our hands, not of those of anyone else. I like the judge too. He's just a funny guy. The judge is just a funny guy. We like the judge in this place. Very well, Mr. Edge. Oh, wait. Wrong voice. I was speaking Edgeworth there for a second. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth. Your opening statement, if you please. Chief Prosecutor Lana Skye has committed an unpardonable crime. I have not seen that word before. It took me a minute to read that. Not only this, but she was rash enough to commit it in the prosecutor's office slot. Wow, he's much more forceful in person. You're taking notes? I suddenly feel like confessing to everything. Lana is vibing, or Emma is vibing with us. That's crazy. However, she will now pay for her rashness with her life. If there's one thing I've ever known, it's reading while live streaming is a balancing act. Hello. Hello. Yes, the one thing I've learned about live streaming this kind of game is like reading while live, while trying to also do voices is very, very difficult. I try my best, but like reading while trying to do voices is like, ah! There was a witness to a crime. A professional witness. Well then, call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth. Prosecution calls its first witness, Miss Angel Star, to the stand. Oh, it was Angel Star. Right. Wow, I've only been away from this game for a week. How could I forget these names? That's bad. She's the one I gave the kind of like the Jade-esque voice. The Cough-Up Queen. Names are hard. Yeah, they are. Especially when you have a cast as big as the one in the Ace Attorney trilogy. Like, they're such a big cast, names are very difficult to remember. Haven't I seen you somewhere? I gotta say though, that caviar lunch is looking fantastic. I've never actually had real caviar. Sound good. I've actually not had caviar, and that actually looks delicious. Put like shred a little bit of egg on top, and then like whatever else is needed. That sounds delicious. Like I said, never had true caviar. I've heard it's just like really, really rich. You ordered the caviar lunch, right? Ooh, there it is. I can't get the vocal tone for Jade, but I can at least try to get the inflection. I can't believe I'm trying to do like a Jade-esque tone and Boot Hill in this entire stream. Oh, that's gonna be great. Oh, caviar. I've never eaten caviar before. The judge is really wolfing it down. Judge, say something for me. How much? Yeah, actually, you're right. You can't imagine how much that lunch costs when you think about how expensive sturgeon caviar is. Yeah, or beluga, or whatever kind she used. You might get away with like salmon roe for a cheaper option, but like beluga or sturgeon caviar is like expensive. He said he's consuming that stuff like it's going out of style. You need to savor caviar from what I've heard. Ah, and for you, I have a fiesta bowl. Thanks. Is food actually allowed in the courtroom? I'm pretty sure food's not allowed in the courtroom. Will the witness state her name and profession? And you, sir. Did you order the fingerprint lunchbox? It's too early for lunch. Your name and profession, please. I cannot believe, even to this day, I'm still having issues getting witnesses to say their names and professions. I don't know. It's just it's her gimmick. But like why she's giving it in the middle of the courtroom is beyond me. Isn't it like only 10:30? So yeah, it's kind of brunchy time. Well, Your Honor, how does it taste? So this is why everyone raves about caviar. It's so tasty it hurts. I always thought caviar would taste like pickled tapioca. Caviar for brunch sounds like a luxury, yeah. What the heck does pickled tapioca taste like? Ew. That actually sounds gross. Can you pickle tapioca? Ew. Ew, wait. No, tapioca, ugh. That's like, isn't tapioca like rice pudding? So if it was pickled tapioca, wouldn't that just taste sour? I don't know. Blech. That just sounds disgusting. Pickled tapioca and bubble tea is the new trendy drink. Ew. That sounds disgusting. Name, profession, now! Excuse me. Now. I did not mean to, excuse me. I did not mean to raise my voice in court. My bad. This is a professional judge, yes. He is absolutely professional. Welcome to Kangaroo Court business. Oh, me. The name is Angel Star. Don't go forgetting it. I find myself running Lunchland these days. Is that what you wanted me to say, Mr. Edgeworth? Very well, witness. Please describe the incident to us. I don't like pickles either. Like I said, I'm very, very picky when it comes to... I'm actually very picky when it comes to veggies. Pickles are definitely like on the bottom rung. If I was given a chance to try pickled radishes, maybe. Like Japanese pickled radishes or pickled turnips, whatever they were. I would definitely give those a try if I had the opportunity. I would give those a taste test at the minimum. The prosecution will wait. I'm not finished eating. Hurry it up! Excuse me, that caviar was really delicious. You know, you shouldn't rush somebody when they're eating caviar. It's very fancy, you know, once in a lifetime opportunity. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth. As you know, we usually call the police to provide a description of the crime. Your Honor, as Mr. Edgeworth has said to the court, I am a professional. Huh? What exactly does that mean? Are you a lady of the evening? It looks like one. Until 2 years ago, Miss Angel Star was a special investigator with the police. She was a first-rate homicide detective. What? Star was a detective? Oh wow, I'm losing Lana's voice from all that lovely soft tones I was trying to give Angel Star. My water bottle, it bubbles up and it drips water down my... Aha! I know who you are. Cough up. The Cough Up Queen, Miss Cough Up Queen Angel Star, Your Honor. Long time no see. Very well. You may continue the description, Miss Star. Just who is this lady? Yeah, it is a little sussy. If I might have the court's attention over here. The parking lot in the prosecutor's office is divided into 2 blocks. A block is for the prosecutor's office personnel. B block is for visitors and clients. A chain divider separates the 2 blocks. I suppose that's to keep visitors from taking up prosecutor spaces, yes. The crime took place by a car in the back of A block, in the car's trunk. The killer stabbed the victim with this knife and went to drive the body out. Unfortunately for her, there was a witness and an arrest was made on the spot. And who was this valiant witness? Why, it was me, Your Honor. Parking lot floor plans added to court record. Witness, did you see the very moment of the crime? Of course, Your Honor. Immediately after that, I apprehended the chief prosecutor. It seems rather cut and dry, doesn't it? Well, Mr. Wright? I can't agree on principle, Your Honor. It seems that some poor losers are unwilling to accept the truth, Your Honor. Shall I proceed to crush what little hope they have remaining? If you can, then give them your worst, Mr. Judge, choose a side! Okay, never mind, he can't choose a side, but still. Focus, my man. Focus. You can simp later. Seriously, you can simp later. Love you, Judgy. But, like, focus. Focus, my man. What do we do in this place? Wait, are they talking about me? Simp now, judge later. Other way around. Witness's account. Somehow, I always knew a day like this would come. I was on my way to deliver a lunchbox to my boyfriend. But then, when I sensed something, perhaps it was my finely honed detective's intuition at work. Through the wire fence, I saw the chief prosecutor standing next to a garish car. The chief prosecutor was holding a knife in her right hand. Then she thrust the pointy tip of the knife into Detective Goodman's chest. Bringing a lunchbox to your boyfriend. How touching. As you can see, there is no room for doubt. The key point of your testimony seems to be nothing other than the point of the knife which you saw being stabbed into Detective Goodman. So, how does it feel to be so utterly crushed? I'm still thinking about that. I'm still questioning my preferences. I spoke that as Phoenix, don't worry about it. It's merely a flesh wound, Mr. Wright. Don't tell me this girl has literally seen Monty Python. Emma, do we need to take the Monty Python, the Holy Grail from you? Do we need to take Monty Python, the Holy Grail away from you? Okay. Couldn't help myself. Very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine the witness. Woo! Cross-examination! I think from here on, it's literally just going to be pressing everything until... Because I believe it's like always this case and the last one, where pressing everything is going to be your best friend. Somehow, I always knew a day like this would come. Hold it! How did you know? Oh, heck. I respect the prosecutor's basic abhorrence of crime. Yet their methods are ugly and twisted. Twisted methods will always lead to tragedy. The lunch lady's uninformed opinion is duly noted. Given that they are used to erasing inconvenient evidence at their whim. Killing off a detective that knew too much is merely an extension of that. Ooh. Miss Starr, do you have something personal against prosecutors? I felt that I found my dream job when I became an investigator. And if I hadn't been laid off by those prosecutors over there, I'd still be one. Laid off? She was fired? Oh, she sounds like she's got a motive for hiding things. To me, prosecutors are nothing more than worms. No worries. That said, I am a pro. As you know, my testimony's unbiased and flawless. No, that sounds unbiased. That sounds biased as hell. Very well, you may continue, Miss Starr. Yep. What were you delivering to him? This boyfriend. He's the detective. I keep hitting the wrong button. Not that boyfriend. The security guard. That boyfriend? You have several? Yes, this boyfriend, and that boyfriend, and the other boyfriend. Woman, you get around! What the hell? She's very loose. I'm gonna say it like that. Care to join? Lady! No! Ah, yikes. Yikes. I was joking about the lady in the evening part. That's such, she's a player. Yeah, she is. Yet another boyfriend position is still open for applicants. I'll stick with the lunches, thanks. Note to self, the judge had to think before replying. Emma! The security guard room is in the lot in A block. It's up on the second level, so you can see everything from there. That would be the room with the security sign. Incidentally, did you bring your boxes by car? Oh, since I'm a visitor now, I parked in B block. So, she was in B block when she witnessed the crime. I don't know. She's got 3 so far that we know. When I sensed something, perhaps it was my finely honed detective's intuition at work. You sensed something? You're saying you had a premonition of murder? It felt like... how would you say... Oh, yes. It was like that feeling you get when you view a pumpkin chock full of seeds. I have no idea what that means. Speaking of a detective's intuition... Wasn't the victim, Mr. Bruce Goodman, also a detective? Yes, well... He was like a young cheese. A young cheese? Ma'am, you are confusing me with these food metaphors. Speak plainly. A pale white cheese, not yet tangy with experience on the streets. A greenhorn. Must be hard to be yellowed and sharp as tack. As tack. Yeah, with the odor of an old cheese to match. What is with these food metaphors? Then again, we are dealing with a food-based thing, so I guess food metaphors are normal. In any case, there in the lot, I felt something stirring in the back of my mind. Through the wire fence, I saw the chief prosecutor standing next to a garish car. But wait, if she was standing next to it, how could she stab the victim in the trunk? By a garish car, you mean? Mr. Edgeworth's car, yes. Mr. Edgeworth's? Incidentally, the knife with the victim was stabbed was also Mr. Edgeworth's. Wasn't it? Indeed it was. Ooh. What an odd case this is. And the person you saw, you were sure was the defendant. I saw her from no further than 30 feet away. I'm certain it was her. If she's telling the truth, we're doomed. Let's just do what we can. Even if we have to, even if we don't have any proof, we can always nitpick. Witness, in your testimony, you clearly stated the following: prosecutors are nothing more than worms. Ergo, you are being a biased witness. Oh, you might want to keep those silly opinions to yourself in the future, rookie. Huh? Rookie? Unless you're willing to risk the consequences of doubting me. I'll fry you like a fritter, crispy on the outside, chewy on the inside. That was inspiring. Judge! I believe I've heard that tagline somewhere. You could cry plagiarism. I may be relegated to the lowly post of a lunch lady, but my interests are honed. Oh snap, crackle pop! A photograph? You took this? The moment I witnessed the crime, my reflexes took over and snap, I took a picture. In fact, one of my lunch boxes is rigged with a camera. I suppose that's more exciting than just hanging it around your neck.
Witness, why am I only seeing this photograph just now?
You think I'd show it to you, prosecutor? Oh, honey. Think again. My boyfriend works in the photography division of criminal affairs.
Which one? Whoa. This is most certainly the defendant. Crime photo added to the court record. Uh-oh. That is unmistakably Lana Sky. So, what was the defendant doing at that time?
The chief prosecutor was holding a knife in her right hand. And she thrust the pointy tip of the knife into Detective Goodman's chest.
Okay, hang on. Right hand. Hang on. Hold it. I want to look at this. Victim's blood, no prints. How could you tell it was her right hand when she didn't leave any fingerprints? Wait. Hold up. Hold the phone. Check. Here we go. But she's clearly not holding something in her right hand right now. But I'll press her a little bit. I'll keep pressing.
Tell me more about this knife that the suspect was carrying. Well, I'd say the blade was about 4 inches long. Isn't that right, Mr. Edgeworth? It is your knife, after all.
Yes, that's about right.
Prosecutors are, by nature, well versed in location of a man's vital organs. I'm sure it was easier than boiling an egg for my egg salad surprise set.
You can't just testify your ability to kill an egg. I mean, a person.
Perhaps a chicken salad set would have been a better metaphor.
So the defendant was holding the knife. What then?
Press the pointy tip of the knife into Detective Goodman's chest.
Wait. Hold up. Wait, didn't he say he got hit in the stomach, not the chest? Check, hang on. Chest wound, never mind. I thought he was stabbed in the stomach. Wasn't there someone who said he was... Wait, wound was caused by a 4.5-inch knife. No prints. Checking.
This must be the victim's blood, right?
Either that, or Edgeworth cut himself while peeling an apple.
What's Edgeworth doing with a knife like this anyways? Hey! Maybe he spends his weekends roughing it in the wild.
Edgeworth? In the wild? I think my fruit peeling theory is more likely.
Are you kidding? I was picturing him as a cross outdoorsman.
Now there's a scary thought. Murder weapon, Edgeworth's toolbox, trace of the victim's blood, no prints. Also blood for a chest wound. Victim's memo found in the trunk. Parking lot with Edger's car. Oh, I hate this. The moment of the crime as... Wait. I think she might have... Wait, I think she may have screwed herself over. One sec. I'm going to take a lucky shot at this, but the thing is, though, she was not holding a knife in her hand at all. See? Her right hand is completely empty, so why are you saying the prosecutor was holding a knife in her right hand? There we go! She caught herself. And you witnessed this? You saw Miss Sky stab the victim with the knife.
As I've already said, yes. I swear on my finest salmon swirl lunch.
Salmon.
I'm sure that would be a fine lunch. But isn't that odd?
Look at this photograph! I can't help it. That makes me laugh every single time I think of it, because I cannot get that song out of my head anymore. I tried to not do that every single time he says the line, but it's still funny to me. This is the photograph he took at the very moment of the crime, is it not? Then why is Miss Sky not holding a knife? Ooh. Ahem. Mr. Edgeworth, your thoughts? Objection. That had to be the weakest objection ever, Edgeworth. Yet it was still stronger than your ever feeble mind, Mr. Wright. What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? This photograph was not taken the moment before the stabbing. This was taken the moment after the stabbing. Objection! There's no timestamp! And how can you tell that? Blood splatter. Huh? See that dark crimson stain on the chief prosecutor's coat? But it's a black and white photograph. Yes, it's hard to tell, but this could be blood. It also could be ketchup. Or tomato soup. You never know, she could have gone to the kitchen. Well, Mr. Wright, I see no problem here. No problem. Except you. God, why do I love you so much? Mr. Wright, are you going to just sit there and take that kind of abuse? Got a better idea. Hey, might as well object, as why the hell not? Wait, that contradicts what the witness had in her testimony. Namely, that she took the picture the moment she witnessed the crime. Well, it seems I was slightly unclear. My apologies. That's it? If you run out of lunch, you order seconds. Problem solved. If you don't like it, try ordering the jumbo-sized lunch from the get-go. Good advice. I'm not sure I understood it, but good advice. God, this dynamic is hilarious. I didn't have time to stop her. Prosecutor Sky was cold, calculating, like a robot. She killed without pain or remorse. It was a premeditated murder. Premeditated? How do you know? Look at the chief prosecutor's hand in that photograph. Well, are those gloves? Surgical gloves, made with thin rubber most likely. Why would she have those on? If it was not premeditated, she would not be wearing those gloves. Fudge! These gloves do seem to tell a tale of premeditation. Premeditated murder. A serious offense. Witness, add this to your testimony. The murder was planned. The rubber gloves prove it. Press her on that statement. What if she was just in the habit of wearing gloves? Like driving gloves? The gloves were admitted as evidence and the defendant was arrested. They were rubber gloves, the kind used for autopsies. In other words, when the chief prosecutor came to the crime scene, she came to do murder. It's the only possible conclusion one can make. Everything was planned. It was a premeditated crime. Impressive. I'm sorry they took you off the force, Miss Star. This is bad. She's got them thinking it was all planned. If she can prove this claim, the trial's already over. And this would be a very short stream for the sorceress in the corner. I've got to think of a way to show this wasn't premeditated. It's only a flesh wound, Mr. Wright. We can make it. You said that before. Anything else? Scientifically speaking, Miss Star's testimony is flawless. Sounds pretty fatal to me. What do we do? Is this it? Is my sister guilty? Let's just keep our heads cool and press the witness a bit, shall we? For some reason, having her panicking next to me makes me calmer. Don't smile like that! The rubber gloves... Let's see. Let's see. The thing is... Answered a lot of 512. 12-2. Found in the victim's mouth, found in the trunk. Check the report again. Wound was caused by single stab wound was found, so we're not gonna find anything out of the autopsy report. Do. Wait, don't usually like premeditated murders usually have to deal with let me check this one out. Let's see. 67512-2. Oh wait, that's for a different thing, I think. I feel like I have to do something about this one. I don't know what it is. Parking stub. This is for Miles Edgeworth. Nothing really of note. Miles Edgeworth, 1712. This is dated the day of the crime. The murder took place 3 minutes after Edgeworth parked his car. Only he was held up at a couple extra red lights. He wouldn't have been caught up in this whole affair. Perhaps. It just goes to show you never know what'll happen if you run a yellow light. Thinking. Zephyr might be stupid. Within an hour and a half of 4 p.m. But the crime didn't happen until... Wait, the timetable is not adding up. The timetable itself is not adding correctly. Because if he died within an hour and a half of 4 p.m., why... Maybe I'm thinking too far ahead, I think. Let me see. I feel like I am definitely... So they say the gloves are already admitted. Then parking lot A. Let me think. 518. The timetables aren't adding up. It's either the autopsy report or it's the knife. But wait, if it was premeditated... Wait, no, they wouldn't get the... No, it wasn't, because the knife proves it. Because, think about it. If it was a premeditated murder, they would have already had the knife. Why did they use Edgeworth's knife right from his toolbox, which was already in his car? I'm gonna hope. There we go. Yay! I think I was going too far ahead with the autopsy report idea, because the autopsy report is like pretty solid, let's be honest. I was like, is it the knife or is it the autopsy report? My brain finally connected the dots, like, no, wait, if it was a premeditated murder, that means they have the weapon already on hand. Why go for Edgeworth's knife unless they already knew that was in his car? Witness, do you know what this is? Are you trying to test me? I sell box lunches for a living, you know. That's a knife. The knife. The knife that was in Mr. Edgeworth's trunk. She's not connecting the dot. Indeed, it is my knife. But think about it. What's with this case? The bloody murder weapon, a red car, all belonging to the prosecutor there? The defendant is the chief prosecutor for the district, right? Mommy, are prosecutors bad people? The defense has a request. We ask that the witness provide an accurate testimony. Oh, what's that, rookie? In your testimony, and I quote, you stated that Lana Skye planned this murder. And that's why she was wearing those special gloves. Seems like a natural conclusion to me. Those gloves do indicate planning. Yes, but people forget that the term premeditated means you have the weapon on hand. You don't go into someone's toolbox and grab the knife. If you premeditate, you already have it with you. However, why would she also not prepare the most important thing? The murder weapon. Oh. This knife just happened to be in the trunk of that car. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're going to plan a murder, you don't forget the weapon! Order! 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 Great. Now the tide is turning in our favor.
Great show, Mr. Wright. My sister's as good as free. Maybe.
Right. I believe the next lunch you'll be eating is humble pie. What? I love the terminology of humble pie. It's actually kind of funny. I hope you weren't deluding yourself into thinking that the tide has turned. Not over such a trifling detail. But this shoots a hole in the whole premeditated theory. Ugh. The prosecution care less if it was premeditated or not. Could care less if it was premeditated or not. Humble pie is like a phrase of essentially saying eat your words. At least that's my perspective on it. The only one who seems to care is that lunch lady over there. The defendant, Lana Skye, murdered a detective with a knife. That is the only thing the prosecution need to prove. Nothing else. Very good, Mr. Prosecutor. I suppose you think you're clever now. But you know as well as I do that she planned on killing him. It was planned. If it wasn't, why would she have been wearing... Because humble pie is just a fun turn of phrase. Humble pie is just like a good writing phrase. Excuse me. I believe I'd like to hear your testimony again. Witness, please tell us only what you saw, not what you thought. How dare you? My powers of deduction are not to be underestimated. Really now? Uh-huh. She's scary. Angel seduction. I need to drink water after all that. Hang on. Cold water too. Making a mental note of need to bring some warm water next time I decide to do karaoke nights. Sorry. Give me 2 seconds. There we go. Angel seduction. Lana Skye intended to murder Detective Goodman. That's why she called the victim all the way to the prosecutor's office. I'm sure the chief prosecutor had a grudge against the victim. Nothing else could drive a human machine to plunge a knife in again and again. Oh, that's where it can... Uh-oh. She's literally already proven otherwise. Because on the autopsy report, it was just a single stab wound. She's literally already... I see the hole in her statement already. The victim was summoned from the police department to the prosecutor's office. That does sound a lot like premeditation, doesn't it? So, if I order pizza, does that mean I'm planning to kill the delivery boy? In any case... The defense may now cross-examine the witness. She literally already punched a hole in her testimony, because I can prove that. Unless the autopsy report is proven, like, otherwise. She called the victim's all the way to the prosecutor's office. Nothing else could drive a human machine to plunge that knife in again and again. Yeah, but ma'am, the autopsy report literally says 1 stab wound. You have no leg to stand on. You say she stabbed him again and again. But you couldn't have witnessed that. Are you testing me? Then I'll test you. With my moss surprise. Ew. Ew. Is that mold, or is that just some kelp or something on top? Ew. I'm afraid the moss is growing under our feet as we wait, Miss Star. Ooh. What do you mean? I shouldn't have to explain this, but take a look. The autopsy report states that death was due to a loss of blood from 1 stab wound. Aha! You're right! Good show, Mr. Edgeworth. Good show. Oh, what a hunk! He's my hero, really. Emma! The thing that came up with Emma is hilarious to me. What about my objection? No one noticed? Well, witness. Ooh. You got the crime scene set right. Oh, thanks. I always believed that no one could ever mistake ketchup for blood. But now I realize that such mistakes are possible. So, you're saying you mistook something for blood? When she lifted her knife, I thought I saw blood at her breast. Splattered blood from her victim. That's why I thought she must have stabbed him at least twice. Then tell us what you saw what you thought was blood. Testify! Her red muffler looked like blood to me. That's how ghastly the whole scene was. Hold the phone! Again! Ma'am, you are proving yourself incorrect. Take a look at this. Look at this very closely, guys. I do not see a red muffler. By the way, a red muffler, for those who don't know, is also another terminology for a scarf. I don't see that on her in this photograph. I just see the blood splatter. Ma'am, your testimony stinks. You might want to go get a fresh lunch. Ma'am, your testimony sucks. Miss... Oh. The witness clearly is not suited for detective work. What? This suspect was not wearing a scarf or muffler of any kind when she stabbed the victim. And you proved it yourself with this photograph. Huh? But that can't be! Only a professional lunch lady could be so utterly clueless. Congratulations, perhaps you found your true calling in life. Damn, Edgeworth, you are being spicy tonight. I like it. Oh, Edgeworth, I like it when you're spicy. Harsh words, but good. In the end, Mr. Edgeworth prevails. What was my objection? What was my objection? Chopped liver? Yes, Phoenix. Yes, it was. I'm sorry to say, as the sorceress in your headspace who niggles in your brain, who helps guide your fingers. Yeah, your objection was officially chopped liver, my man. But it was there. A scarf. No, not that, but something red. Really? Well now, where were we? The witness has given us an entertaining interlude, but back to business. What? Very well, witness. Continue your testimony. You saw the crime and apprehended the suspect. Tell us about that. Very well. I do remember some things accurately, at least. Ultimately, contain the most important part of her testimony.
The most important part? You do realize that you are talking out loud, even though you act like you're talking. You act like you're thinking, but you're talking to yourself out loud. I can hear you.
The part where your sister stabs the victim. The next testimony might be the moment of truth. Turn this case around. Ba 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 ba. Apprehending the suspect. After the murder, the suspect attempted to run behind a partition to her side. I quickly caught her, explained her rights to her, and arrested her on the spot. Ah, yes. When I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. That's what had me confused in my earlier testimony. The chief prosecutor made an escape, but against Angel Star, resistance is futile. Ooh. I guess this was a press on every statement until she messes up. You're quite determined about the scarf, aren't you? I strike like a snake, a bite like a cobra. Yeah, I can see why I gave her this. I tried to give her the slight jade inflection. That's me, Angel Star. That wasn't a very good metaphor. First of all, a cobra is a kind of snake. Don't bother me with details unless you want to get bitten. No thanks. That's kind of like why I was aiming for. I don't know why that was like a perfect statement. That's why I was trying to give her the slight jade inflection.
Note to self: Mr. Wright is weak against poisonous snake bites.
Every human is, Emma.
The chief prosecutor tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain. She knocked my hands aside, kicked over an oil drum.
An oil drum?
Hard to imagine. Oh, she's beautiful, but deadly. A predator, this one. A leopard woman. Rawr.
Oh, why did I say it like that? Got a hairball. I am so goofy. Hang on, I'm gonna redo that line. Hang on.
Oh, she's beautiful but deadly. A predator, this one. A leopard woman. Rawr.
I'm trying to just keep it like she's exclaiming it, but it's like she's just like chill. Very well, Mr. Wright. I don't know what that coughing was, but you might want to get that checked out. Your cross-examination, if you will. Apprehending the suspect. I believe this is a pressing on each statement. I don't know, just fun. So where is this partition in the floor plans? I'm sure she means this one, this wall next to the car. That's right. But there was a wall there about 6 feet high. She was obviously trying to hide herself. Quite natural for a criminal to do. And what did you do then? Because why not? I quickly caught her, explained her rights to her, and arrested her on the spot. But ma'am, aren't you technically also, like, fired, so technically you're not in your jurisdiction? You say quickly. Were you close to the suspect? Wait! Wait. She also said that she was quite literally on the other side of the fence. How could she do that? As I just said, I was only 30 feet away from her the whole time. Maybe I should press her for more details. Yes, because she said she was in Lot B. How would she have gotten there and apprehended Lana in that time frame? Because I'm pretty sure she would have to go around the building. I'd like to see this on the floor plans, just to be safe. The Lunchland car was in Lot B. She was a visitor, thus she was parked in B block. So, you witnessed the murder from here? And that would make it about 30 feet from the car, yes? Is this correct, Miss Starr? Yes, that's right. But there was a chain link fence in front of you? I went over it, of course. Amazing! The cough-up queen and lunch lady athlete, indeed. It would have taken her a little time to climb up over the fence. She couldn't have gotten to my sister that fast. Yeah, the fence was about 9 feet high, too. So how did Miss Sky not get away? Rar. Ah, yes, I arrested her when she mentioned the muffler. Why is she so determined about this muffler business? She mentioned the muffler? What exactly did she say? If I remembered exactly, I would have told you in my testimony. Cheeky. Anyway, all I heard her say was the word muffler. Just that one word. So, what you heard wasn't the suspect talking to you, but to someone else. Yes, the chief prosecutor was talking on her phone. Her phone? She can't mean... Wait, wasn't the call like instantaneous and she hung up? By phone? Do you mean the cell phone discovered at the crime scene? Yes, ultimately. Ultimately? My memory... It's like a salmon heading upstream, you see. No, the court does not see, Miss Starr. The chief prosecutor first attempted to use the phone hanging on the wall. On the wall? That's right. Near the car, there was an emergency phone on the wall. Apparently, it was out of order. So she used her cell phone? Indeed, the emergency phone was out of order that day. Good witnessing, witness. Good witnessing? Whatever happened to good testifying? You should, of course, add this to your testimony. The things I do to please this rookie defense attorney. Her during the call made Emma at 518. Was it really, though? Now she tried the phone on the wall, but she used her cell phone instead. Hang on. Let me look at the evidence real quick. Check this. Oh yeah. Open. There's no need to push this again. What's wrong? You look like you look like I do during finals. Never mind, it's nothing. Oh, I can't check it again? The word muffler was her made the call 518. Do you think you could restate your testimony for the court? Aha! I was going to ask the same thing. I'll only say this one time, so listen close, rookies. Oh, here we go. I had to press her on that. The chief prosecutor stabbed the victim and ran behind the partition. She picked up the emergency phone on the wall, but it was out of order. Call history? We cannot look up call history on this one, unfortunately. We only know she tried to call Emma. So she pulled out her cell phone out of her pocket. But it still doesn't make sense how you were able to get up there. And during that time, you climbed over the chain link fence. Then you boldly grabbed her excuse me, I cannot get everybody's straight today. Then I boldly grabbed her arm. The chief prosecutor hung up her phone. And you saw her doing this. Oh, if she was behind that partition making the phone call, how do you know that? What is this, Mr. Wright? The prosecutor made escape against Angel Star. Resistance is futile. Hang on. Hang on, oh, my bad. So wait, look at this map closely. Chief prosecutor stabbed the victim, ran behind the partition, picked up the emergency phone on the wall, but was out of order. She still cannot see her on the phone because her eyesight, her line of sight is still blocked. So she wouldn't have known she was pulling out her cell phone. She still line of sight. That's what Phoenix is getting at. I just hit the wrong button, to be fair, but like... parking lot floor plans, baby. I am tired of these games. Miss Star, I have to conclude that I have a personal grudge against you have a personal grudge against Miss Lana Sky. The witness is a former detective. Her testimony is unmarred by personal bias. Well, who would have thought that you'd be my knight in shining armor, prosecutor? You who, together with the chief prosecutor, kicked me out 2 years ago. Oh, shoot. I sense grudge with a capital G. Well, Miss Star, this is a fatal contradiction in your testimony. How do you explain this? I don't know what you're talking about. Mess with me, and I'll make you cough it all up. Let's look at the floor plans. You said you witnessed the crime from this point. However, if that's true, you couldn't have possibly seen Miss Sky making that phone call. I believe you see what I'm getting at. That emergency phone was on the back side of this partition. If needed, indeed, you were in B block, you couldn't have seen it. Ah! Order, what is the meaning of this? It's simple, Your Honor. She's not coughing up lunch, she's coughing up lies. That's quite a claim, Mr. Wright. Perhaps you will allow me a question. Tell us exactly what lie this witness could have told the court. Here's where the counterattack begins. I can't afford to get this wrong. The witness lied about where she saw it. Miss Sky tried to use the emergency phone, but it was out of order. What is significant about this fact? Nothing. Therefore, it would be pointless for Miss Star to lie about it. Pointless to lie, I see. But, say the witness did actually see Miss Sky using the emergency phone. It would mean Miss Star witnessed the crime from a different location. A different location? Now that's a pointless lie if I ever heard one. Before you call my lie pointless, at least let me tell it. Let me ask a question to our clever wordsmith, Mr. Wright. Just where was the witness when she saw the crime? All testimony we've heard up to now points to one direction. The place Miss Star witnessed this crime was here. She was about here, I would assume, where she could see her. Or she was in the security room, but she would have still had gone down some stairs. She was in A block the entire time. So I believe it'd be here. If she was here, she could have seen the emergency phone. That's true. That solves that mystery. That would allow her to see the emergency phone, yes. But if she was there, she would have been able to arrest her well before she dialed her cell phone. Edgeworth, it's called blackmail. Oh. You doubt my speed? I can run 150 feet in 9 seconds, you know. Is that really that fast? Ah, boo. Testimony we've heard until now points in one direction. Was she in the security room the entire time? I hate these because they're not very direct. She was either here or here. I got like 2 other choices. She was here. She could see the emergency phone. That's true. That solves the mystery. Okay, Edgeworth. See the emergency phone, yes, but she was there. She would be able to arrest her well. Oh, okay. Okay, so she was probably in the security room. Okay, she was I hate that because it makes me feel like I solved it and then... Okay. She had to have been in the security room because she did say she was dropping off lunch for her boyfriend. So she would have had to have run and done this while she was on that phone call. So maybe she was in the security room? This is the only place where she could have been. Okay. The security guard room. Indeed, the security room was the underground parking lot. It is well positioned. So I was right. I was just like the wrong location. It's built on the 2nd floor, so you can see the entire lot. She should have been able to see the emergency phone from there. But why there? There are so many other places where she could have been have seen the phone. I know, that's why I guessed. Not in this case, Your Honor. The witness, not being part of the prosecutor's office, couldn't park in the A block. The only place she could have seen the crime and the back of the partition was here. I remember in your testimony you said you brought a lunch to your boyfriend in the security guard room. Yes. Well, Miss Starr, how many years have I been getting the better of men? To think that the tables could be turned. Today, a man has got the better of Angel Star. Order, order, witness! What have you done? You used to be a detective. You should know better. I'm not turning back. The guilty will be punished. And I'll do what I must to make sure justice prevails. The guilty? Is she talking about Miss Sky? Mr. Wright, doesn't this strike you as odd? Why did Miss Starr lie? It doesn't make sense. Huh? She could have just said she saw the crime from the security guard station. It wouldn't have changed it. It wouldn't change it to anything. Exactly. This photograph tells all. It was the defendant who stabbed the victim. The truth still stands. It still stands? I disagree, Mr. Edgeworth. What? If a witness is found to be lying, they are guilty of perjury. She knows this. You do know, Phoenix, that everyone has lied in this court, and surprisingly, they have not gotten, like, on guilty of perjury yet, right? Right? She wouldn't risk that without a good reason. So tell us what her reason was, Mr. Wright. Huh? Me? Phoenix, you're a dumbass. Who else? Mr. Wright, let's review what we know. Miss Starr witnessed the crime from the security guard station. Correct, yes. But she lied when she said she saw it from B block. It must make a vital difference, but what would change? That would be the angle to view the crime, correct? Because her entire view would have been blocked. It wouldn't be the difference in lighting, I don't think. Hang on. Let's check what the... I don't have a thing about Edgeworth's car. Would it have been the angle? Let's see. It had to have been the angle because she would have seen this like straight on. She wouldn't have been able to see the crime at all. Makes a vital difference. What would change? The angle of view of the crime, I believe. It can't be the difference in lighting. That would make no sense. Distance to the crime, maybe? It's either the angle of view, because she... I think the angle of view of to the crime. Why, the angle in which she saw the crime occur would change. The angle? What do you mean? Well, the security guard station is on the second floor, and, she would have to sort of have more of a 3D view of the crime. And this is important. Why? Oh. Perhaps you like to consider. Okay, wait. I can't remember the picture very well. Mr. Wright, let's review what we know. Okay, let's go back through this again. The star would have witnessed the crime from the security guard station. But she lied and said she saw from B block. It's a vital difference, but what? It's not the lighting, so it would have to be the distance to the crime. There's no way that distance in lighting is the difference in lighting is the key. It has to be the distance. It changes the distance between her and the scene of the crime. Ayo. My condolences, Mr. Wright, but look at the floor plans. It's quite clear. Yeah, she did say she was 30 feet away. My bad. The distance between the scene of the crime and the guard station is 30 feet. I don't see how that would change what she could see. It's how far she would have to run. It's what she saw is not in question here. What matters is the time it would take her to reach the scene of the crime. Oh yeah, very true, because how would she get down to the bottom floor that fast? Miss Starr, you witnessed the crime from the security guard station. Now, how long did it take you to go from there to the scene of the crime where you arrested Miss Skye? Well, witness. Yes? You ordered the squid wheels, right? The quality of my lunches has gone from low to inedible. I was bringing a PB&J lunch with fresh boysenberry jam to my boyfriend. Boysenberry for the boyfriend. Actually sounds delicious. I've never had squid, so that would be new to me, so maybe squid wouldn't taste too bad with rice. A boysenberry jam sounds absolutely delicious. He wasn't in the station, so I waited. I witnessed the crime from the glass-walled station. Wait, we never got that bit of the security room detail. And before I knew what I was doing, I found myself running towards the scene. But the door was locked. I couldn't open it. Wait. No way! There's no way she managed to do that and arrest her. That's why I had to go through the visitors parking in B block. That's quite the detour. Yeah, it is. That's a very, very long way to go. She would have to be going. And she's probably wearing heels. Keep this in mind. She's also wearing heels, more than likely. It probably would have taken me at least 5 minutes to get to the scene of the crime. But 5 minutes? That's a lot of time, though. Lana could have gone. This changes things considerably. But it was that woman over there in the defendant's chair who stabbed him. I know it. I have photographic evidence. Not adding up. How do we know you weren't hiding behind the partition yourself? I swear it. I swear it on my finest plastic spork. You have a point. The spook is a wonderful invention. Would you like another caviar lunch? Absolutely. Uh-oh. Mr. Wright, you have to do something. Do I have any evidence to stop this? It would have taken her 5 minutes to get there. Would that mean the phone call would have been complete by then? Record of the prosecutors entered lot at 5:12. No, because the cell phone. Because if the crime was done around, if she saw the scene at like around this time, 5 minutes would not be 5 minutes would be too long, right? Okay, so 6 minutes on the call. 6 minutes to the call. Well, the thing is, though, she would have stabbed him, she would have witnessed this in the car. She took a minute to go to the door. It was locked. And that could give Lana enough time to race over to the phone and start darting to this. But then why would she also arrest her? Enter at 5:12, call at 5:18. But the call ended at 5:18. Oh, call made to Emma at 5:18. Yeah, you're correct. Never mind. Never mind. Let's see. But that doesn't make any sense. Or blah blah blah. Wait. But that still wouldn't. But she would would have apprehended Lana. Which is making it confusing. But she said she apprehended Lana. That's always an objection. 5 minutes between the witness and the murderers and the arrest. Think about it. You can make pasta in that amount of time. If you like it al dente. I've got lunch boxes that tie pasta into knots, rookie. A 5-minute blank. Isn't that strange? Strange? If you were a criminal, what would you do with 5 minutes, Your Honor? Well, I guess I'd flee the scene. Hey! Don't get the wrong idea. I didn't kill anyone. Exactly, because she would have had to have run for... She would have freaking left. Lana would have left in that time before she got there. But you have the instincts of a killer, you would run. But this time was different. Miss Sky dawdled at the scene of the crime. She even had her picture taken. No true criminal would act this way. It's inconceivable. Yeah. Well then, it seems we've come to the end of this testimony. The witness has a grudge against the defendant and a blank in her testimony. Mr. Edgeworth is the next witness ready to go. Unfortunately, I appear to have overestimated the witness in the account of her professional history. We did it! We screwed that can shut, Mr. Wright. That was too close. I'm down like a lot of points. I'm afraid that the cough-up queen has been dethroned. And with that, court is adjourned. Hold it. What? Eh?
Hold it. Mr. Edgeworth, you ordered the squid wheels, right?
That's the one she tried to foist off on me.
I prefer not to take defense team's leftovers. Anything else to say? I might be able to save you. I have decisive evidence.
What was that?
This is another one of her trick lunchboxes.
My apologies, but we have no further questions to ask of you, Miss Star.
Ah. Is this your jumbo lunchbox?
Woohoo! A triple decker! Actually, a triple decker lunchbox always looks so fantastic. I don't know why. It always looks so good to me. A triple decker!
Out of deference to the witness determination, I'll allow one more testimony while I finish this lunch. Let's hear about this decisive evidence. Like the Lunchland motto says, you won't be disappointed.
What's she gonna pull out of her lunchbox this time? Decisive evidence.
I should have mentioned those 5 minutes when I wasn't looking at the crime scene. And now, the matter of the victim's shoe. Did I not bring this up? 2 types of blood were found on this shoe. One, of course, was the victim's. The other blood type matched that of defendant, Miss Lana Sky. The shoe proves it. The flawless, decisive evidence.
But Lana wasn't wearing white shoes. Did she say it was the victim's shoe? What? There was blood found on that shoe.
Try Lunchland for all your lunch and decisive evidence needs.
Objection. Witness, what's the meaning of this? Why is this the first time I've heard of this evidence?
Simple. As I've already said, I trust you with the evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. That's why I took the liberty of investigating this myself.
And you had blood tests performed.
Didn't I mention? I have 3 boyfriends in forensics.
Wait. She has 3 in forensics? But hold the phone. She has 1 in the security guard station. She has... Wait. How many boyfriends do you have, ma'am? Jeez. And how do they not know what you're doing? I guess the answer is no. How many boyfriends do you have, ma'am? In any case, Your Honor, I can't accept this as evidence.
What?
You must know the 2 rules of evidence law. Rule number 1. No evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. In other words, this shoe is illegal evidence, at least for the time being.
Is that right, Mr. Wright?
It seems so. Edgeworth sure is celebrating.
Not so fast, Mr. Edgeworth. Don't forget, I used to be a detective. As I mentioned previously, this shoe has already been tested by a member of the forensics department. As you can see, it was approved by the police department as of today. Even the general public can produce official evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. Is that right, Mr. Wright?
It seems so. Edgeworth is looking pretty sullen. Oh boy.
You could at least study some evidence law, really.
The prosecution complaints notwithstanding, it appears that this evidence satisfies the first rule of evidence law. However, it seems you have yet another count against you, witness.
Anything to ensure that the guilty are properly judged.
Victim's shoe. Okay, it wasn't. But Lana wasn't away her hand. White enamel shoe bears traces of blood from Goodman and Lana Sky. Very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine the witness. Oh. Decisive evidence. I should have mentioned those 5 minutes when I wasn't looking at the crime scene. Wait, you didn't even go into detail about this. Why did you lie about those 5 minutes? I guess you could say I just wanted people to look at the results. The results? How many times do I have to say this? I saw the chief prosecutor stab the victim before my very own eyes. Compared to that, 5-minute blank means nothing. Then why didn't you just tell the truth? Don't make me laugh. We're dealing with the most untrustworthy of the vile lot known as prosecutors. Falsified evidence, arranged testimonies, erasing and manipulating evidence. When you fight monsters, you need to use every trick in the book. This is when the suspect is admitting she did it. But false testimony is the most despicable crime of all, Miss Starr. Let's just get this over with. Hang on, let me look at the shoe. Something, it feels very sudden that shoe was given into evidence. Oh, snap, crackle, pop.
Ah! There's blood here too!
On the sole of the shoe? It's gotta be the victim's. He must have stepped in a puddle of his own blood.
All this blood, it's horrible.
This blood might be an important clue. Don't mind me, just investigating a little more.
This blood, it's my sister's, right?
It appears so. Lana's right hand was bandaged when I saw her in jail. She must have cut herself at the time of the crime.
Poor sis.
Okay, anything else to examine? Just the blood on the bottom of the shoe. But why would the blood be on the bottom of his own shoe? And you found this shoe at the scene of the crime. I detained the chief prosecutor and notified the police department. I wanted to make myself useful while I was waiting for the police to arrive. So, like an ill-trained pooch, you snuck off with a shoe. I was afraid someone would erase the chief prosecutor's crime. This shoe was my secret weapon if that should happen. See, this fashionable basket I have here? It carries more than lunchboxes, gentlemen. I'm happy for you and your lunchbox bag, really. In any case, you removed valuable evidence from the scene of the crime. Now, tell us what you did next. 2 types of blood were found on the shoe. One, of course, was the victim's. And the other blood type matched that of the defendant, Miss Lana Sky. Shoe proves it. It's flawless, decisive evidence. Blood on the shoe, but not under the shoe. So you brought it to the forensics department. If you're going to submit something in evidence, in court, you need it approved. To do that, evidence must be analyzed by a forensics expert. And she got away with her little coup because she used to be a detective. The shoe does appear to have bloodstains on it, but not under it. Well, the man was stabbed after all. And that blood belonged to the victim, Detective Goodman. As I said, there were 2 types of blood found on the shoe. Yeah, but we're not looking at the one that was under it. I'm thinking 2 steps ahead, I think. You can't say for sure that the blood belonged to the defendant with a blood test. You claim to know something about blood tests, rookie? Huh? Well, speak up. Well, blood comes from in 4 types: A, B, O, and AB. However, you can't tell from a blood test whether the murder was committed in cold blood. Phoenix, you're a dumbass. That's just a figure of speech, Mr. Wright. Actually, we can differentiate between millions of types with all the blood tests out there. Which means that we can more or less narrow down the samples of blood just to one person. Or so I hear. That's pretty specific. If I had a little more time, I would have gotten a DNA test. I would have gotten the DNA test results. But they said there's very little doubt it could be anyone but Miss Lana Skies. So suspect's blood was found on the victim's shoe. That ties her directly to the death of Detective Goodman. I was afraid he was going to say that. Trying to think. Does evidence go through without a fight? You ordered the peppered fish guts, right? Some like it hot, Mr. Wright. Some, like your client, she's enough to hot water to make a whole vat of soup. Mr. Wright, do you or don't you have a problem with this shoe? A problem? This is critical. Is there a problem with the victim's shoe? Yes, there is a problem. If I'm not imagining things, I'd say there's one critical problem with this evidence. A clear contradiction. That gleam in your eyes. You're still young, rookie. I'd give you a peppered fish gut now. But you couldn't take the heat, could you? Let's hear what Mr. Wright has to say. What is contradictory about the victim's shoe? Show us the problem with this evidence. They're only looking at surface level, which is that, but they are not looking at the bottom. I wonder if you noticed. There's blood on the bottom of this shoe. Don't mess with me, rookie. Or it'll be your blood on the bottom of my shoe. Indeed, there is quite a bit of blood on the bottom of the shoe. It makes sense. The victim was stabbed with a knife. But now you can explain why it's important. What could possibly be contradictory about the blood on the bottom of his shoe? Pepe. Well, he was stabbed in the... Wait. He was stabbed in the stomach, though. Or the chest. He couldn't have gotten blood on the bottom of his shoe. Air traces... Because he was... By way of the autopsy report, he was stabbed in the stomach. There's no way he could have gotten blood on the shoe. Yeah. Oh, wait. Trace of the victim's blood, no prints. Savenya. Death due to loss of blood. Wound was caused, single stab wound was found. But he was stabbed in the chest. There's no way the blood could have fallen onto his shoe. Is it literally just the autopsy report? And, oh. I'm guessing the shoe was, your shoe has blood on it. Just so you shot yourself in the foot. Ow. Ugh. Oh, boo. Damn. Okay, I'm gonna have to save real quick. Mr. Wright, let's be scientific about this. Examine the evidence. Yeah, I know. All of those, the shooting himself in the foot. That's a nice break. Okay. Hang on. Yeah, I'm gonna have to pull out the save and reload strat. Because I am down. But... I'm gonna impress her why she thinks so decisive. There's a reason why it stops here. Problem. Well, this one I might need to actually look up what the problem is. Hang on, let me look at the court record again. Wait, wouldn't it have been the night? No. Yeah, but they're only like looking at the blood on the surface. They're not looking at it underneath. Hang on. I might need to. It was found in the trunk of Edgeworth's car. Yeah, it was found in the trunk of Edgeworth's car. It might be late. My brain is not brainy right now. Because it's not... The body was found in Edgeworth's car. But that doesn't explain how the blood got on his shoe. I'm gonna... Let's see. Hang on. Yeah, that's also true. How could it have gotten... Hang on. One second. I am examining. Oh. Oh. Yeah, I had to pull out the guide for that one. So, we have to submit it. There's no problem. No, there's nothing there. And if I just stab blindly at it, it'll hurt my case. Oh, Mr. Wright, you had to find something. Some kind of off-the-cuff contradiction. I'm trying to avoid saying off-the-cuff today. I've already gotten, like, several strikes. That's pretty sly, hiding evidence like that. There's something sly about the lawyer using the law as a weapon. In any case, science is always on our side. Don't forget. Scientific investigation is the wave of the future. Maybe I should investigate the evidence a little more closely. Wait. Oh, did I already go one step ahead? Oh. I got it. I got it. Okay, so it was the photograph, because we were... Okay. So, we present the shoe. We found it. This one was a little confusing. Ah! Fuck! Fudge. Oh, fudge me. I hang on. I must have, like, been... I think I fat-fingered that. One sec. I need to reload. Hang on. Ay. Zephyr's a dumbass. I'm going. Ay. This is Zephyr at like 8 o'clock at night. I think I hit the wrong evidence. There we go. There we go. I think I hit the wrong button. Okay. Evidence clearly reveals... Oh. Hang on. I forgot the order of operations. I caught myself on that one. Ay. I'm having a day today, don't mind me. Sorceress is being a dum-dum. Oh my goodness. Okay. Problem, this is critical. There is a problem with the shoe. Yes, there is an issue. Do things. There's one critical problem with this evidence. Give your eye, you're still young, rookie. Give you a peppered fish gut now. Oh, you couldn't take the heat. Yada. I forgot there was a specific order of operation in that split second. There. Blood on the shoe, baby. The brain ain't braining anymore. It's gone. It's kind of gone now. I wonder if you notice there's blood on the bottom of this shoe. Oh, don't mess with me, rookie. Or it'll be blood on the bottom of your blood on the bottom of my shoe. Indeed, there is quite a bit of blood on the bottom of the shoe. It makes sense. The victim was stabbed with a knife. What could possibly contradict you about the blood at the bottom of his shoe? It is the photograph that she took. Because where's the blood at? Because where's the blood at on the floor? The problem lies in the footprint. I had to look up a guide for that one. That one was just like meh, messing with my brain cells. The footprint. Note that the bottom of the victim's shoe is covered in blood. Then, isn't it strange? Why weren't there any bloody footprints found on the scene of the crime? Aha! Yeah, this is the one case I definitely will need like a guide at some point. I know that there's definitely the later on. I know there's especially a point later on in this case that I'm going to have an issue with. As you can see, there were no traces of any such footprints at the scene of the crime. That contradicts your claim about this shoe. The picture only shows part of the floor, so there could have been bloody footprints. Objection! Then where are they, Mr. Edgeworth? Because we checked the scene and we found nothing of the sort. Oh, he's right, we didn't. We did not find bloody footprints. He is correct. Order! Well, witness. What?
What? Huh? Great going, Mr. Wright. But it's true that the lack of a footprint is a contradiction. But then we have to ask, why wasn't there a footprint?
Oh. That's true. That has to be a reason why there wasn't a footprint.
Think, Mr. Wright, think.
I'm on my last chance here, Emma. Hey, I don't know why it's not there. I'm just good at finding contradictions. What? Hold it. I see. Now I get it. Get what? Our witness is more devious than I give her credit for. We were hoodwinked to the very end. But she slipped. There was a vital hint to the truth in her testimony. What are you talking about? Think back to when she told us about apprehending the suspect. Chief Prosecutor tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain. She knocked my hands aside, kicked over an oil drum. Oh, that wasn't that oil drum is filled with water. The water washed away the footprints. I just remembered that barrel was full of water. That water washed away the blood. A predator, this one. A leopard woman. Rawr. Blech. I thought it was a strange thing for the normally cool-headed chief to do. No kidding. Now, witness, allow me to ask a very simple question. This oil drum, was it empty? Oh, that? I'm not sure I like your attitude, Mr. Edgeworth. Though apparently, you're not the slowest conveyor belt in the lunchbox factory. Witness! Well, was the oil drum empty? The oil drum kicked over by this chief prosecutor was brimming with water. Water? What does that mean? It washed away the footprints. But wait, that still ruins the order of things, though. How could she have kicked over the oil drum in the struggle and washed away the footprints if the photograph didn't have the footprints already in it? Still don't get it, Mr. Wright. Do you want to know the reason it was knocked over? The real reason? You don't mean... Yes, the suspect knocked over that oil drum for one reason alone. To erase the bloodstains that would become evidence against her. Ah, yeah. But wait, that still doesn't make sense. That ties things up quite nicely. The bloodstains left on the victim's shoe tie quite clearly to this murder. Then, after the deed was done, she knocked over the oil drum to erase the telltale signs. But then, why wasn't there any in the photograph? Why, that's a prosecutor's specialty. Erasing evidence. That reminds me, Miss Sky's right hand was hurt. Oh yeah, there would have been blood on the oil drum too if she knocked it over. Didn't she say she cut herself when she stabbed him? So that's when my sister's blood got on the shoe? Well, I see no reason to prolong this trial. Mr. Wright, do something, please. What? What can I do? Your sister has confessed to the crime and she tried to conceal it. But... Enough. There is no need for further debate. The verdict, Your Honor. Very well. But Angel Star is the one on the prosecution stand. She could have been lying about the water. This court finds the defendant, Miss Lana Sky. Hold it! Oh, wrong hold it. Little girl, what did you just say? Huh? Me? Did you say that I, Angel Star, was on the prosecution's side? Well, yeah, you are. You're saying my sister hid evidence by erasing the bloody footprints. Well. I thought you'd had your fill. But here you are demanding a second helping. Another lunchbox. A lunchbox called evidence. Wait, witness, don't tell me you have something else. The time for deliberations is past. Any further comments will be held, and you will be held in contempt of court. Your threats don't scare the cough-up queen. Look at this. A photograph? Photograph? I had it just in case anyone had the gall to suggest that the white shoe didn't belong to the victim. I see no room for error in this evidence. Mr. Wright, wait! Look at the asphalt in this photo! Hey, it's clearly wet, which means there wouldn't have been footprints in the first place. But his shoe isn't in the water, though. It's barely above it. Erasing the last trace of doubt from the court's mind. Immediately after the murder, the crime scene was washed with water. I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. I guess I couldn't help after all. It's not your fault. I knew I couldn't win this case from the beginning. And it seemed that this is what your sister wanted anyway. Phoenix, don't be an idiot. I'm sorry, Mia. Right. Wet or not. Don't be so quick to throw in the towel. Get yourself up off the asphalt. Take another good look. Don't give up. Not until the bitter end. This is the last piece of evidence. Somebody. Very well, this time I'd like to declare a verdict for good. Objection! It's our man. Your Honor, wait. What is with you people? Can't I hand down my verdicts in peace anymore? Whatever it is, can it wait? No, it can't. Then it'll be too late. Look at this photograph, the last one submitted. This trial isn't over until we give piece of evidence a proper contradiction. So, right. Are you saying there's a problem with this latest piece of evidence? Yeah. I'll think later. Yeah, there's a problem. Right or wrong, I've got to go ahead with this. I suppose we've come this far. We should give every claim a fair shake. Very well, Mr. Wright. Show the court the problem in this photograph. That would be the muffler. There's something in it. It's not the shoe. There's something in the muffler. The problem in this photograph is here. What's this? What's this? There's something poking out of the car's muffler. Wait just a moment, Mr. Edgeworth. Your Honor, you just said muffler. Car muffler does not always mean scarf. However, I see no trace of a muffler or scarf in any kind in this photograph. A muffler is also part of a car or motorcycle, Your Honor. Think of it as part of the exhaust system. A pipe. I see, and I see. What's that suspicious-looking cloth sticking out of the car's muffler? So what if there's something sticking out of the muffler? What does that have to do with this case? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. No, because she said something about the muffler, didn't you? Sorry, Miss Starr, but it's not going to be that easy. The fact you've already told us why this is important to the case. You said it as much in your testimony. What? Let's hear what Mr. Wright has on his mind. Tell us why you think this piece of cloth and the muffler is related to this case. The word muffler was overheard during the call at 5:18. We got him. Gentlemen, we got him. I believe this is the one. I am triple checking my answer though. I am just reconfirming because I believe that's what that is. Said the muffler. I believe the piece of evidence is the phone. Yep. It's the phone, baby. It is the phone. Miss Starr, recall your testimony for the court. Ah, yes. When I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. That's what had me confused in my earlier testimony. Muffler? Ugh. Huh. Could it be that the muffler you heard mentioned was actually this exhaust pipe? If so, that means this piece of cloth is vital evidence. Ugh. Sorry, Miss Starr, you're definitely out of luck on this one. Well, it seems that we have to suspend the proceedings. Suspend? I find myself wondering about that piece of cloth. If we leave any question unanswered, here we do service to the law. Have the car at the crime scene inspected at once and bring me that cloth. The verdict will wait until after we've seen all the evidence. Agreed. I suppose so. Oh, that was close. But we made it. At least for now. Ow. We live to see another day. The court will adjourn for a 30-minute recess. A 30-minute recess? Oh no. It's lunchtime after all. He's still hungry. How many of those caviar lunches did he eat? To be continued. Okay, this court proceeding is going on a little bit longer than I anticipated. I don't have a lot of time to work with this today. So I thought we were going to be done. But if we're on a 30-minute recess and we're on the save screen, I think might be where I have to wrap up. My voice hurts. Yeah, there's a lot more to this case. Yeah. You guys know me. I am on slightly less time than I like to on these kinds of days. And I have a feeling if this is proven anything, I'm definitely gonna need to take my time on these. But we'll come back to this next week. It'll be fine. It will be fine. Let me just make sure I'm on this screen. There we go. Oh yeah. I'm gonna have to pause here, and we're gonna have to save and continue it another day. Let's see. Do I have anyone we can? Wait, it was a good stopping point. Yeah, it's a good stopping point. I'm gonna see if there's anyone. Can we redirect into anybody today? My voice is actually going a little hoarse too. My voice is going just a teeny bit hoarse. Let's see. Have anyone we can forward y'all lovelies into? Let's see. I'm seeing. Let's see. There's a few things. Sure who's. There's someone playing Apollo Justice, but we're not playing on that one. You know what? It looks like it's a bit of a. It does seem like it's a bit of a quiet evening today, so. Looks like we're gonna not worry about that. And instead, I will see everybody for Planet Zoo Fun Times tomorrow. Because we got a bit of a bulky week. So bear with me. We've got a bit of a bulky week. But yeah, I'm gonna skedaddle. You guys have a good rest of your evening. I'll catch y'all tomorrow. Same
Same channel, same place. So for now, bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye 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 bye. Bye bye.